and gentlemen, welcome to Knowledge, News, and Nonsense, the comedy show in which we have three tonight funny people say hopefully funny things about the always sad and yet somehow funny news. My name is Mike Bauman. I am your host for today. And please help me welcome our teams today. Ed Galvez. Melissa McKay. And Dylan Brody.
Neither clap for anybody.
I have coffee in my hand.
So did I.
Well, you are more skilled than I am. I whistled.
You put in a good whistle.
I never learned how.
And I did the deep voiced yell.
Ed cares not for OSHA rules on stage. I will be asking questions based on the week's events. Melissa will be in her own...
That's a different Melissa.
There are so many Melissas. She will, in her own arbitrary way, be keeping score as soon as she finds a pen. We'll be keeping score throughout the night based on what she finds funny, amusing, entertaining, or intelligent. And the winner, the person with the most points, will be getting a special prize.
Ooh.
So let us jump into the very happy week's news.
Can we ask the cute ladies to move forward? Yeah, please come up. We won't talk to you. We just want to admire. We just want to be blinded by your beauty. Are you single? Then come over.
Well, that worked well. All right, let's begin with the week's news. The horribly sad news of today is at least 39 people are dead in a mall shooting at the Westgate Mall. The question is, what American city is the Westgate Mall in?
I believe it's not. I believe it's in Kenya.
Haha, you have not fallen for my trap.
Yeah.
So why am I so happy about that? Yes, it was in Nairobi, Kenya. They tried to throw everybody off.
Oh, then it's okay. Oh man. I was really scared when it was in America rather than Kenya. Oh yeah, at those days.
But isn't it Sister Mall in Westgate?
It could be that Westgate owns malls all over the world, I believe.
Isn't there a city called Westgate?
I'm sure there are many cities called Westgate.
I believe
Because
Westgate.
I keep getting confused with West Hills Mall, so I'm just assuming Kenya was formerly called the Hyena Hills Mall. You know what I'm talking about. This
West
is totally
Hills.
relevant if you know Culver City history.
West Hills, of course, is known as the gateway to hills.
Yes.
Well, yes, it wasn't.
I'll be using that. I'll be using versions of that joke throughout the show today.
39 people were killed, up to 150 injured at the Westgate Mall in Nairobi, including, it just came out, several members of the President Kenyatta's family. Very high in the establishment.
Who did it?
That would be Al-Shabaab, the Somali version of Al-Qaeda, I believe, or at least they're affiliated with them.
What I like about Al-Shabaab is that it sounds like someone's name.
Al?
It's Al-Shabaab. It sounds like someone who would own like a used car lot.
Oh, I bought falafel from him.
Yes. Yes, he makes excellent button falafel. I may not have understood your statement.
Ah, you did.
But he will tell you to get out of Somalia, which is what they threatened. I don't know. I can't remember who they want out of Somalia. I think it's everybody.
Can I ask what stores are in the Westgate Mall? Is there lids? Is there
It is actually a very high-end mall.
No, but there is a Top Shop.
Is there a Hot Topic? Or is it just called Topic because it's so hot there?
Wow.
Oh, that's not racist. That's temperaturist.
Yeah, that's
Don't wow me.
That's weatherist.
If you're watching on YouTube, comment if that was racist or not. And comment if I was unjustly wowed.
Oh boy. All right, moving on.
Oh, sorry, I'm freaking.
I think it's cool that the president of Kenya is named Kenyatta. I think we should have rules that the president has to be named something that sounds like the name of the country.
So you're saying that our president should
always be named Americus.
Like Barack Americus?
Yes, Barack Americus Vespucci.
All right,
I'm sold.
Okay.
Who said this?
You're allowed to be documented if you're up here, but you're wasting it on everyone over there. Hermione Mermaids, let's hear your siren sounds
We
over
are
here.
crushing to the audience at the back of the room. You can't hear it. because they're afraid of us.
All right, who
You're
said
just
this?
an iPad mini, but they are an iPad Maxi, alright? So.
I don't understand that at all.
But I liked it, whatever it was, I liked it.
Thank you.
Who said this? Video games, I will take control of the show. Video games, we understand, played a big part in this man's life. Why has our society gotten so much more violent? Why are we so tolerant towards violence?
You just did.
Before me.
Oh.
Anthony Weiner.
No, it was not Anthony Weiner.
I'm guessing it was the head of the NRA.
It was not the head of the NRA.
Oh.
This is about the Navy Yard shooter.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
This
Lady
was,
Gaga.
I believe the head of the NRA came out and said we should arm the Navy.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
you're getting further away. It was actually,
Andrea.
it was Democratic Senator Joe Manchin.
Why?
Oh, West Virginia.
yeah, I
No.
was gonna say that.
Because he has to say something, because after Sandy Hook, he co-authored the background check rule. I believe, was it background checks? Yes, the background check rule. That failed in the Senate. He doesn't want to fail again, so he has to bring up something.
So do they
I saw
like,
somebody get more guns. Why would we want to put a background check if we get some more guns to play with people?
but that would mean they'd have to like check your credit card to see like game stops. Receipts.
Oh, like, man, can you imagine people lining up and be like, oh man, you're going to get the new the AK-48?
Well, of course, Elizabeth Hasselbeck of Fox News now. She's the replacement for whatever blonde lady was there before.
Fox and Friends.
Yes, on Fox and Friends.
They have no friends. They only have enemies and allies.
She did begin by saying we should monitor use of video games before realizing that, boy, wouldn't that be a government intrusion in our homes. She had to walk that back. And speaking of video games, what had the biggest launch in entertainment history?
GTA 5!
Yes. You know,
Yeah! Ladies in the back, you guys, they don't want to sit amongst all the seats over here.
Every time someone goes in or out through the door, I think that somebody is scoring us in a way that has nothing to do with the conversation.
It's very Bert Bailey, like, I wish it were $1 million. Hot dog!
in a way, it is a vote. They're positive when they walk in, and then they walk right back out. You know, it's a vote in another direction. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 5 took in over $1 billion over 3 days, which blows away Harry Potter films, Avatar, 50 Shades
Just
of
the
Grey.
game beat out the movie?
Yes. On the first day, it took in $800 million. I played one of the old versions once, and I just used it kind of as a driver's ed course driving around.
You know, I quit playing video games in 2005. I was Bond GoldenEye, and I got
Did you
so...
go to a program for them?
No, I just, after, I beat it on easy, and I was just like, I was so, like, exhausted when I beat it, and so the idea of going into that harder level, just like, I just became
You're
like...
filled with anxiety.
Yeah,
fear.
so I was just like, alright, I need to quit either drinking or playing video games, and I never made a lady drinking, I never met a lady playing video games, so then I was just like, well, I guess that's,
That was a good choice.
yeah. I'm still lonely, so. If anybody out there in iPad Mini Land wants to meet up, then.
All right, who said?
Video games and
I'm
others
so
would be
deep.
VGA.
As opposed to my giant self in real life. What?
Nothing. I was playing with the Video Games Anonymous idea. That
Yeah,
would be a VGA group.
absolutely.
And isn't that, in fact, a company that, never mind.
It probably is a thing.
I was muttering. My point is, when I don't actually have something funny to say, I will mutter quietly to the person sitting next to me in the hopes that I see
No,
that
mutter
ideas.
loud and
I
proud.
like that.
There's a video game called West Hills.
Yes, I believe
Coming
it is.
out this spring.
Yeah, they're getting on that.
I believe that's the gateway.
Okay. Who wrote this week? I am writing today with a respectful request that customers no longer bring firearms into our stores or outdoor seating areas.
Starbucks!
Why would we be asking questions about that franchise in this franchise?
Ooh.
Because we're showing.
Conflict of interest.
Because because here at 8 Espressos, you can bring whatever guns you want.
Oh, well.
You have the right to bear arms at 8 Espressos. 8 rounds at 8 Espressos.
Thank you.
We are recording at 8 Espressos,
Yeah.
where you're required to have.
I want 8 bullets
Oh, weapon.
espressly in my mouth.
I kind of do too, but I don't usually announce it in public.
Is that Starbucks everywhere or just in Arizona?
That is Starbucks all throughout the country. Howard Schultz, the CEO, has gotten very annoyed because they've never said anything or had any rule about not bringing guns in. So pro-gun groups have started saying, hey, Starbucks loves concealed carry. Let's have rallies at Starbucks and thank them.
Yes, no one has announced that they would like us not to bring deadly weapons into their presence, so we should do that now. That sounds very much like Thanksgiving dinner at my family.
All right, Schultz also said this is not a rule, it's a request. So baristas don't have to go up to a large man with a gun and say, please, leave.
We're just letting you know that, like, hey, we don't want you to kill anybody.
They're
But
like, in lieu of your weapon, here's a free coupon for Frappuccino.
To my mind, this is why we who are on the gun control side of the argument can never win. Because the people who are against gun control tend to have guns, and we don't want them to shoot us. So we are constantly being very polite, and very calm, and very reasoned, and they are frequently saying, yes, but we can shoot you. And that will almost always win the argument.
Yeah, it does. Certainly help in Syria.
Yes?
that's why we did that giant electromagnets on the side of every wall.
Ooh,
So
I
if you
love
want
that
to-
idea.
Yeah, so
I dig
yeah, so
this
that
idea.
way, so if yeah, you can carry your gun, but if you once you walk into Espressos, it's like down in there, it's like, oh great, man, this side of my pocket's not stuck to the wall. Baby. Because no one's gonna suspect a baby of carrying a gun. Like if I'm a parent, I'm not gonna carry a gun. I'm gonna get pinched.
And
Who's gonna arrest the
You're
baby?
gonna put it on your
Monster.
face, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the amateur writers' computers are just gonna go.
That could also be a very positive thing for society.
Ladies, come on, you're missing all the fun. Come over here. But we're just assuming that you're not. We just like because we say stuff to silence, and then we just see you laughing, and then it's just like, let us love you back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but see, you can see them back there. There's this beautiful glow.
I'm just saying, but the people that I've had many
I think
lives
they're
can't
pretty
enjoy.
reasonable.
What's your name?
Wow, one of the panelists.
Your name is not that funny. What's your name?
All those mermaids, that's what we are.
They're mermaids. They
Okay.
are, I promise you.
So you're Ariel and Starbucks.
I very much like your peace sweatshirt.
Thank you, so do I. It's something I strongly believe in.
That's
Oh,
so
okay,
brave.
it's there. I
That's
see
so
it.
brave.
Yeah, I don't want to see more of this.
All right, more of this, guys. More of this.
Yes, thank you.
Hearts.
Yeah.
Throw up sparkles.
Alright, speaking of guns. Speaking
I'm so
of
sorry. No, but Mike's gonna come and they're gonna be like, yeah, we have 3 minutes of bad comedy. Why are they still talking about the current stuff? Half those open micers. I'm surprised there's a stupid open mic with face. Are you an open mic?
Oh, I do a lot of things.
What? I'm sorry.
Alright, another
Another
quote.
to get to NNN.
Another quote from this week's news. Anywhere where they can see pelicans, they have a good shot of seeing a boobie. What does that refer to?
Any shot where they can see
Anywhere where they can see pelicans, they have a good chance of seeing a boobie.
They're in the Galapagos or something.
Actually, this takes place in LA County.
Oh, they weren't talking about blue-footed boobies.
They were talking about blue-footed boobies.
Oh, they have those in LA County?
Oh, I thought it was about the nudist zoo.
The nudist zoo.
Yeah.
Who's nude? The animals? Or
All the animals and apparently the people. I was just guessing based on the quotation.
All animals are naked except for small dogs.
Do small dogs dress well?
Well, in LA, yeah.
Usually.
Small dogs in LA dress way better than I do.
Oh, you are.
No, this is all Ross. Dogs in LA.
Do you love it?
What?
Do you love it?
No. I don't shop there by choice. I shop there by survival. So back to your.
blue-footed boobies have been seen for the first time since 2007 in LA County.
In pelican-laden areas.
Apparently so. Normally they are in the warmer water areas from Mexico down to Peru. They're not supposed to be up this far, which can only tell us that either they're running out of food or the water's getting warmer and they're all going to die. It probably is.
Are they attracted to radiation?
The funny thing, the
Oh, you know what they
ocean
love?
is radioactive.
They love
now.
parking.
Yeah.
Parking. Blue for the
Fracking.
Boobies, yeah, that.
Fracking.
Alright, someone's
They enjoy
obsessed
fracking as well.
with Battlestar Galactica. They get it out there in iPad mini land.
They all get it.
Yeah.
All right, well, this week, what did Joe Biden?
You're determined to turn this into a quiz, aren't you?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I put almost 20 minutes into putting
What
this
did
together.
Joe Biden,
Joe Biden,
Ted
Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Julian Castro have in common this week?
They all have.
I'll have wiener.
Yes.
Or they all have nieces who are addicted to Adderall and go crazy.
That's at least one of them, yes. And thank you for bringing up a fun story that I forgot to write
is
down.
about seeing boobies?
No. They were actually all in,
Scorpions.
no, they were all in either battleground or first primary states. Biden and Castro were in Iowa. Rand Paul was in
I'm
Michigan.
sorry. They were all in either of two things is not something they have in common.
They were either in the city or the country.
Well, technically, they're all battleground states.
Okay, then we can go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which brings the question I ask every show: who's going to run for president in 2016?
Oh God, Anthony Weiner.
Anthony Weiner. Okay.
I think Hillary is going to run,
Um,
and it wouldn't surprise me if Ted Cruz ran.
Do you think he'll
I
be
think
the?
he's good. I don't think he's going to wind up taking the ultimate nomination, but I think he's going to make a run.
Okay. Ed, any thoughts?
I think you should.
I would love to. Is this the first election I'm old enough?
Also, I think Roseanne is going to again.
Oh yes.
She can. You know, she has the money and the time to spend.
She can just sell all her nuts.
Yeah.
Actually, my money's on Geraldo Rivera. I'm just throwing it
Oh
out there.
God.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but
No, I'm not saying I like it.
And here's my policy. Oh, there's nothing there. Look.
no, whoever goes up there, it's just gonna be like billionaires being like, yeah, you're not the main. So it's like, whatever.
Well, Geraldo would be our oldest president. He just turned 70, didn't he? The oldest to be elected.
But he's our office president. Do you see him with his Dracula spectacles, taking a selfie
Yes.
shirtless?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
How could you not rub him after that?
Selfies for all.
Chris Christie might run.
And who do you think would get the ultimate nomination?
Well,
A blue-footed booby.
Let's turn to the mermaids. Mermaids, who do you think should run for president next year?
Hillary and Chris Christie. Chris Christie would count as two people. Okay.
nice. And I don't want to see him running.
I don't see red for anything.
Oh, and on the Republican side, Chris Christie waddling for president.
Oh!
Hey, Taft made it.
Oh, that's right. We still have the bathtub they can put in.
It could be great for Weight Watchers. It'd be a great campaign.
It could be, I suppose.
All right.
Yeah, they could.
Feeding off of that question, who this week said you took the heat off of my selfie?
Oh, I already know that one.
Well, let's speak up,
you should
sister.
tell
Porn stash himself, Geraldo Rivera.
It was said to Geraldo.
Oh yeah, it was by Wiener.
Yes. Anthony Weiner, who won't go away, no matter how many times I promised that this would be the last Weiner question
Wow.
I would ask in a show. He keeps coming back. He was on Geraldo's radio show.
Well, you know the only reason he said he would do that is because they would trade information. He'd tell him how to take a good selfie, and Geraldo would tell him how to grow a porn stash.
Well, it's very easy to grow a porn stash. Wait.
That's true. People always seem to compliment you on growing a mustache, like you had really anything to do with it, but not.
No,
stop
it's like you're committed to a joke. You know? It's like, well, way to go on creeping out people.
I have realized recently there is no socially acceptable way to ask a person whether his facial hair is intended as ironic.
Oh, you know what? This was a real thing. I grew out a mustache for a movie that I did, and I was working at a restaurant at the time, and lady.
You're so LA.
You're so French because I was rude. You interrupted me just to put me down.
I think there's no better reason to interrupt a person, but go ahead.
So anyway, so this was a long time ago. Anyway. And so I'm
It
trying to
can't
say,
be that long ago, you're like 23.
Yeah.
oh, bless you. Bless you, I'll put you in my pocket. No, I'm not 23. I'm a lot of 23s.
But look at that gorgeous skin.
I've never married both. Anyway. Real quick, so this lady says like, hey, I like your mustache, and I was like, ugh, and I felt self-conscious because it was a stupid thing for a role, and I was just like, oh, it was for a character, and it's like, is it a gay character? Oh no, it's not a gay character, and I just stormed off.
All right.
I'm never gonna get invited to NNN. I'm sorry. I love you guys.
You are transitioning me well. That sounds vaguely dirty, but
What? With knowledge, nonsense, and what?
knowledge, news, and nonsense. This show. that we're-
Knowledge,
Yep.
which we are now spelling with an N.
I know, isn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
phonetically it's NNN.
Oh, okay.
I just thought you were stuttering.
Oh.
All right. Who this
It's
week?
the green tea, guys.
Who this week said we cannot insist only on issues related to abortion, gay marriage, and the use of contraception methods.
Pope Francis.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The Pope, yes.
Go Pope.
Yeah, he said, and he finished by saying, and I was reprimanded for not hammering these issues.
Yes. Because apparently he's infallible, but he's not unscoldable.
Yeah, how do you scold the Pope?
Does that mean people didn't kiss his ring that day?
What? Yeah, it's like, oh, you're not doing your imaginary job very well. You're not hiding child molesters very well.
Oh.
I didn't touch the kids.
Focus your judgmentalism on the things I care about.
Like I was raised Catholic, so I can say whatever I want about this
Yeah.
fucking institution. I'm sorry, can I smile here?
I was not raised Catholic, but I feel I can say whatever I like about the institution as well.
Sure, you're an American. You can say whatever you want.
Thank you.
That being said, it's like, yeah, creepy.
Well, the Pope, this interview was from about a month ago. It finally came out this week. And since it's come out, he, I believe either today or yesterday, said, no, abortion is definitely wrong. I believe, and I think I'm getting this right, it was in front of a conference of Catholic gynecologists. Two words I've never heard put together before.
Well, abortion is wrong as long as you don't. It's okay as long as you say I'm sorry on Sunday and then you're good to go.
That's the basis of the religion, isn't it?
Of
You
course.
can do anything and
Yeah.
say you're sorry on Sunday.
Exactly. Whatever you want. You know, everyone's business schedules.
In the interview, he also mentioned that his favorite author is Dostoevsky and his favorite composer, Mozart. So he's a hip-hop happening dude.
I like that he likes Dostoevsky. That's very introspective, kind of self-aware stuff. You don't expect that from a...
And his favorite artist was Caravaggio, which is a little dark.
Yeah.
Darker than I think the Pope.
But previous posts really just stuck to the one book. And I like the idea that, that now maybe, he's setting aside the one about the guy who died and going on to Notes from the Underground, the guy in Principles.
Can we ask the new ladies to be bored up here?
No. Be bored of this?
Yeah. No,
If you're gonna fold your arms and look hostile, could you do it closer to you?
If you had breasts like mine, you would understand sometimes you just have to fold your arms and be comfy.
No, I'm just saying. We love you guys.
If I had breasts like yours, I would never leave my house.
Because you'd be embarrassed about being a freak.
Yeah, with a huge...
Well, because you'd be a guy. Like, no, you're...
All right, speaking of...
Mike Bauman, keeping us on track, ladies and gentlemen.
I really don't need to be here. Speaking of religion, in an Austrian study, only 14% of water samples from what sources showed no fecal contamination?
One more time.
Yeah.
In an Austrian study,
Yeah.
that's not the important part, only 14% of water samples from what sources showed no fecal contamination?
Rain.
Faucets.
No.
Humidity.
Underground springs.
Sweat.
Yes. You're very close, specifically holy springs, holy healing springs.
Oh.
That's bullshit. There's no poo in the water from my sweat or humidity.
In all water?
What?
I'm specifically speaking of holy water sources, and also fonts at churches and chapels throughout Austria.
No.
I don't know about that, because people are sticking their hands in that stuff.
Exactly, that's why
And they're not scrubbing when they're
That's gotta be worse than a beer nut. I mean, pee?
Oh yeah, that's why only 14% showed no signs of pooping.
Okay, so that's.
No sense of pee or no sense of food?
Fecal contamination, so I'm going either way.
And I mean, that's like the first line of pink eye.
Bar checks misses, 50%.
Yeah, in
50% pink eye.
Working class food.
In response to it, an Italian priest has invented a holy water dispenser which just dispenses droplets. So you can't dip or...
So, yeah. So it's like sanitizer?
It's like the Purell things where you go up in the store and you're like,
Yeah.
"Ring," you just get a little squirt.
Technically, holy water's supposed to be sanitized.
So it's holy tizer solution.
Yeah, sanitizer.
Oh, before,
I had that abortion, but I'm all good
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, just rub it on your there and yeah, you're all good. Oh man, we'll make millions.
Right, who said we have never...
Blasphemous.
We have
Totally douching.
Oh, God.
Oh, we can't stop the open mic because they left.
Oh.
Who said we have never pursued or sought a nuclear bomb, and we are not going to do so. We solely are looking for peaceful nuclear technology.
One Direction.
Yeah.
You're very close.
Two direction.
Well, no, I think this country normally only has one direction.
England.
This be
Russia.
That would be the president of Iran,
Oh,
Hassan Rouhani. And then also said he'd be open to meeting with Barack Obama or any ambassadors of the United States. And the Ayatollah Khomeini has not said a word. Normally he'd say no. Okay, following up with nuclear power.
nuclear power.
According, well, not necessarily power, but nuclear, anything. According to recently declassified documents, what almost happened to Goldsboro, North Carolina on January 23rd, 1961?
Chernobyl 2?
It would have been Chernobyl pre-1. 1969.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not a meltdown.
I'm guessing accidental weapons discharge.
We almost nuked it.
Oh.
A B-52 bomber broke up in midair, dropping both of its Mark 39 hydrogen bombs, which have, I believe, 260 times the power of the bombs that were dropped on Japan.
Awesome.
And so one just fell because they have internal trigger mechanisms. The second one released its parachute so it could glide down carefully, and all but one of its safety measures failed. And if that last one had failed, it would have exploded over this small town, and the fallout would have probably gone as far north as New York City.
Cool.
Jiminy Christmas.
And we're just finding this out now because Eric Schlosser, an investigative journalist, has been Freedom of Information Act the heck out of this stuff.
Do you know that Apollo 13, which was glorified as a heroic act on the part of the astronauts for managing to get home, the real issue that is not mentioned in the film is that it had nuclear cargo, a nuclear battery that was powering it, and had they screwed up, they would have distributed fallout all over the world.
Oh, that would be
Yeah. Their options were to fire themselves out into space and save everybody, or try to get home and risk everybody.
See if
I
I
hope this
can
movie that
unlucky number.
It's like Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
It's self-sacrifice, or, you know. Go ahead, I don't have any.
It's very expensive shit. You know,
It's
what
true.
it is.
It's not like they're going to reuse it.
Yeah. Expensive movie.
It was an expensive movie.
Well, Eric Schlosser has
They're real
documented
heroes.
over 700 significant accidents or incidents involving American nuclear weapons between 1950 and 1968.
Excellent.
All right, to what was Anthony Ridgway, I will repeat that name, Anthony Ridgway, nobody ever forget that name. To what was he referring when he tweeted, WTF, have we forgotten 9/11?
I'm guessing the new Miss America.
Yes.
Oh.
It was the crowning of Miss New York, Nina Davuluri, I believe her name is. She won the pageant as Miss New York, and she's the first contestant of Indian descent to win.
Indian.
Yes, and as the racists bombard Twitter with their terror over the crowning of a Miss America who vaguely reminds them of someone they imagine to be an enemy, let us all quietly repeat to ourselves, they hate us for our freedom. They hate us for our freedom.
Well, it's like, first of all, who gives a shit about Miss America at all? Like,
Ooh,
like,
I know this.
But it's
Pageant
for the
girls.
What? So yeah, so it's so And so obviously it's just being watched by racists because I don't know anybody that watches this America anymore. So what? You did?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it. Who watches it?
But no, you watched it?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
agreeing, yeah.
No,
Did you watch it?
What? No.
Oh.
No, I just watched the highlights.
Yeah.
So you're
I
saying
just
the
read off of the
racists
highlights.
would be
Is that what-
annoyed by a white woman winning
What?
because they'd have nothing to really go on.
But no, what?
The racists who do, are you saying that racists just tune in hoping?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, who cares? And so, like, if we pissed off a bunch of racists, good. Get bummed out. Like, I think it's great. It's fine. You know? You see the buses drive by, and it's like NBC's new must-see lineup, and it's just all, like 6 white people on the new bus. Yeah! It's like Michael J. Fox, Parks and Rec, Adam Carolla, and some other unknown white people. I was just like, oh my god, Milk Toast Thursday. But that's a different channel, or whatever, or not on Thursday.
Can I just personally thank you for saying Adam Carolla and some other unknown white people?
You're welcome.
That's exactly how that should be.
The Lord's work is the only work I do.
Well done.
Oh, wow.
These buses are a bit racist, I guess, and kind of one-dimensional. If anybody from any of those programs needs a sitcom writer, my specs will be available in the comments underneath.
Right.
Why this week has a New Jersey Supreme Court order, or why has the Supreme Court ordered a part-time municipal judge in South Hackensack to step down from the bench?
In South Hackensack.
Yes, he's a municipal judge in South Hackensack, and the New Jersey Supreme Court has ordered him to step down.
Because he set fire to the boardwalk.
Oh, bummer.
Something with gay marriage.
Neither of those.
Something with straight marriage.
He grew a porn stash.
On Geraldo.
No, none of those things. I'll give
In
you a
his learning
hint.
annex class.
He would probably want to be on the stage right now as anybody of our profession would.
He's doing open mic nights.
Yeah.
He wants to sing.
Making jokes about the
Tell us!
cases that he's hearing.
He's a professional stand-up comic.
Oh!
And not only that, he's also appeared on, it's a show I've never watched, What Would You Do, which I believe is on like ABC's on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And he's a big, bald white guy, so they tend to have him play a homophobic or racist guy in their scenarios. And
Is he a homophobic?
But Stuart
racist guy?
Smalley's fine.
well, that's the problem. The Supreme Court
Was he racist?
judges have seen.
No.
Oh no, he was Christian, but he was more like angry at his family. I don't remember him saying anything racist or homophobic.
No, I don't think
In fact, I mean, it was implied that he was homosexual, but he wasn't like. Stuart Smalley, not Al Franken.
Yeah.
5 minutes!
So this judge.
For the love of God, ask us questions!
Hey! Oh my goodness, they're gonna get mad at us!
Back to you,
The
man.
judge-
I want to see my sad songs about my breakup!
The judge's name is Vince Sakari. He does stand up under the name Vince August. And the Supreme Court said in the course of his routine, Sakari
He stole my jokes!
he has demeaned certain people based on national origin and religion and has revealed his political leanings, which
Well,
is
then
what
you
the
don't
Supreme
kick
Court
him out
said.
of being a judge, you kick him out of being a comic.
They did give him that option, and he said, I get health benefits through SAG. So he dropped being a judge.
Oh, those sad benefits will get you every
Oh
time.
man, they're so good.
This is the modern slavery, where people cannot make decisions based on their desires, but on their need for health coverage.
Hey, you gotta go pro-union.
That's right.
And our final question of the evening.
But we have 5 minutes! Ask more questions!
It could
We
be
have 5 minutes, there's a plus of 4 yet.
the final question.
Ask faster, ask faster!
Slower!
A recent.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I know this one!
Anthony Reader.
A recent poll found that 52% of Americans don't trust what?
Whitey.
I think at this point it's more than 52% of Americans don't trust white.
Don't trust the birth control.
Their own sense of conscience.
You're
The
kidding.
48%.
Fox News.
I'm tired of that.
The answer is that in this poll, 52% of
They
Americans
don't
said
trust their own polls.
they don't trust polls.
Oh, damn
Oh.
those
I don't think that's accurate.
Wait, are you talking about the Polacks or statistics?
I don't think that was a hilarious joke. There were two
comics
sides
are
to that
racist.
joke.
It was a question. You know, it's gonna make me feel bad for asking a question to be clarified. I don't know if he's not racist or not.
I like that the options are not racist or not.
You know, as a Latino, that's
Wait,
a total
he's
compliment.
Latino? Get out of here.
There's a Z in my. Yeah, get out of here. I'll take your job. I'll work twice as hard for less money. Beat it. Scram.
Yes, 52%
Lazy
of
white guy.
Americans don't
I don't
trust
get paid
polls
any
from
more
the
for
news
doing this
media.
shit.
And that was it. So now,
That was it. Nice close.
that
Nice.
was it. All right, you want more? 66% of people trusted poll results from academic institutions.
In my experience, 75% of people polled enjoy the experience.
92% of people just make up numbers when they're talking about polls.
100% of me is grateful for these two ladies that sat down.
Yeah.
And all the ladies, all the pretty ladies, and our barista.
Absolutely.
That grinded beans, not as often. So. Thank you so much for coming out here at KNN. Like we appreciate you. Without you guys, we're nothing. And you guys, and iPad Mini Land.
Yes,
And
thank you
Melissa.
all.
And Mike.
Thank you all for coming out. Melissa has tabulated.
Wait, they all came out? I wasn't paying any attention at all. Go ahead.
I'm afraid to speak at this point.
No, baby.
Melissa has tabulated the score. The winner will get our very special prize. Before I announce the score, I will mention that we are here twice in October, here at 8
5 times in
Espressos
October.
on
On the fifth.
Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles. You can check us out on Facebook under the name Knowledge News and Nonsense. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm Mikey_Bauman.
You know, it's good stuff. Really.
Before I announce the score, I'd like to give you folks an opportunity to plug anything you may have coming up. Ed?
Follow me on Twitter at Ed Galvez. I do stand up every Wednesday at the Westside Comedy Theater at the show called The Punk House. Wednesday nights at 10, and every Tuesday at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock I have a show in Lexington downtown. Go to thepunkhouse.com. It has information about that storytelling show at 8, and then another stand-up comedy show at 9, and then everywhere else, go to Ed Galvez at 9.
Wow, you are working twice as much as me for half the money.
That's racist.
No, you said a minute ago, you said you wanted to take away and that you wanted to work for Ed. I'm saying you're a hard-working fellow.
Well, yeah. That's,
My point was, you're out there doing it. And I am impressed, because I am a lazy schlub. That was my point.
no, you're not a schlub. You're a man. You can afford the best.
I can be both.
You can.
The more important thing is, what
Please
does this lady
not
have to
get
plug?
that at Ross.
What would you like to
Not
plug?
get that at Ross. I don't have anything currently coming up, but I do like to make lots of comments on Facebook every once in a while.
Oh, man.
You can hear me regularly on KPCC on John Raby's off-ramp, and you should go to Amazon and order Laughs Last, my novel. It's really cheap if you get it as a Kindle book. You can also get it at Barnes & Noble or go to your local bookstore and make them order it.
Oh, can I make one more plug?
Sure.
2 podcasts, thefortcast.com and thesexbuddies.com. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Now here are the final scores. In third place with 10 points, Melissa McKay.
Wait, she came in what place?
It's
third.
rough.
In third place, she came in first place in my heart.
Aww.
You are welcome to share the star prize. In second place with 11, it's Dylan Brody. Which means our winner with 13
Where
is
did I
Ed
come in
Galvez.
the heart?
What?
You won with 13
I won!
And
So,
as always, we get our prize at the 99-cent store. And this week, you win fake food.
I love it because I'm fat because of real food, so this will help me lose weight.
Let's see, the cooking pan and plate food set, 4 pieces for $3+. Warning: this fake food is a choking hazard.
Okay, hey, everybody here in iPad Mini Land. Look, the eggs and the vegetables are painted on, but the meat and the ketchup and the spatula are real.
on the
So
iPad mini, it looks like full-size food.
dreams do come true. Dreams do come true here on KNN.
So once again, a big round of applause for Ed Galvez. Melissa McKay.